All right, everybody, we should be good. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. We apologize for that abrupt break. I think Veggey was messing around with his settings too much, and that's what made us, you know, come off the air very quickly. Anyway, these guys were playing a game in between that time, that short intermission, which, again, I do apologize for. But we are going to continue the score from, I believe, it should be 4-1 to JustaKid. The guys are back in the lobby now, so they should be continuing from here. I know other people did mention before as well, there was something they noticed about the stage we were playing on in the game. We are using one of those builds they use similar to CPT. So those guys are playing on the grid, but we're showcasing another stage. And I think some of the background takes a while to load in or has a couple of issues. Hopefully that addresses the problem. This is literally a debug build, or something close to a debug build there. But yeah, it should be 4-1 to JustaKid. That is what happened there, and we're going to continue from that. Have you had fun playing around with your settings? Are you done playing around with your settings? Oh, yeah, look, he played around them so much I can't even hear him.
Huh?
Oh,
you can't hear me.
Yeah, now
you can hear me now.
Now
right?
I can hear
yeah, I think I need to be closer to the camera for you to hear me. So sorry. Anyway, I mean, I thought that we were still live, that we were just frozen. So I tried to do commentary, like radio commentary, without even seeing the game. So I kind of wasted my efforts there. But we're back now, though. Just one game.
All right,
has passed.
So the stream team, can they change Doctor, the OR at the end, and put an A instead, please? That is something that has been requested. I didn't even realize that until now. But yes, they are continuing from this, so we're going to get straight into it. But yeah, what was happening so far was actually pretty good on both their ends. I know the scoreline is getting, is slowly increasing for JustaKid's end, but Docta Afrikan hasn't actually been playing bad.
No, the games have been close. 1-1 rounds and down to the wire on a lot of these rounds. It's just that JustaKid has been better closing out. And sometimes that's just how it goes, and that can continue to go like that until the set is ended, and it looks a lot more uneven than it really was. Nice. He finds another one of those reverse, and JustaKid's getting thrown for his trouble. That felt like it did a lot of damage.
No, but the thing is, you have to remember, his forward, Bison's forward throw does more damage than his back throw because he gets natural Oki from... Or he gets a meaty setup from his back throw. Obviously, in the corner, he gets a meaty side cracks. But yeah, his forward throw does more damage.
Yeah.
There's a couple of characters where their forward throw does more than their back throw. Abigail, Boxer, Bison. I think Akuma. Could be wrong about Akuma.
And you know, that was a very interesting one where JustaKid again showcased. Oh, nice. Is it too late to cancel into the V-trigger at that point when he's getting that really meaty slide, or is he just not pressing it early enough? That's happened a couple of times in this set.
It might be too late. What's happened now? Do not tell me something's happened again. Oh, don't tell me something's happened again.
Jewish feet.
Hey, it's not an interactable. I don't know. Spectator's been halted. Okay. That's weird. I wonder what's happening here. Okay. Let me say... That was weird. That was very weird. Now I've got to sort this out.
You sort it out, and I can go on a tangent if you'd like.
Hold on. Because I think I'm still in the lobby with... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. JustaKid has left us momentarily.
His computer crashed?
I don't think it was his computer. I'm trying to check with him right now. He's trying to check it's not
internet
that his...
just,
he's trying to make sure it wasn't his internet just died. So I don't know if this is a problem he's had in the past, but we have Docta Afrikan still here with us. He is still here with us. We're waiting for... Okay, let me do this. Apologize about this. We can't write this stuff, and I promise you, this is not...
I mean, it's funny though, Jammerz, how it's like, I mean, across the sea, two different like mishaps just after one of it, like right after each other. I think I'm cursing the stream with my camera zooms, to be honest.
Well, I think
so I should not do it again.
It's high time that you stop, don't you?
Yeah, I shouldn't do it again.
Yeah, anyway, so he goes and does it anyway, whatever. Right, so again, they're gonna have to replay that game again. It's from 4-1. I don't know what Docta Afrikan is. Is he there? He's there. Okay, cool.
Or is it so now that Docta Afrikan should get that game? I mean,
probably.
Let's ask them.
What state were you in? I had 1 round. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, at
I
least
don't
give
know
him
why
the
we're
round
doing
he
this
had,
live on air. Richie just got the camera on me on my phone. It's like, what?
I mean, there are other things we could do. We could Zoom. Could talk about. I don't know. I mean, I'm really enjoying. I mean, the more airtime, the better, right? For everyone. The suspense is probably just going to increase the enjoyment as people devour the continuation of this set. Do you also like my usage of words right now, Jammerz? I'm trying to.
Wait, what? What are you trying to do?
Arc them with the comment. Trying to impress you, you know.
Oh my! What?
Continuation.
Wait! What?
Devour.
What has
many
happened?
good words.
Has he left us again?
Oh no, his internet died again.
No.
Yeah, we're on a Netflix special, behind the scenes show, behind the scenes of sets.
Oh wow.
Where Jammerz is just on his phone.
Well, I mean, I'm not even on my phone half the time. And now it's just I've got to keep posting with these guys. I've got to make sure I'm not unprofessional in front of you guys. But let me find out what is going on. Does he need to do a hard restart? I wonder. I don't know if he needs to do a hard restart.
Maybe he should do that. Hard reset.
Yeah, hold on. Did you? Damn.
Does the chat remember who was up 1 round?
Apparently they're both saying
that they both had a round. But I mean, how can they not remember?
Yeah.
I guess their minds are too focused on the game.
Well, Richard, you say that, but we're here trying to figure out a solution while you're just there.
Yeah, while you're just being negative. Classical Richard, just like super negative. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Always positive.
We do apologize about this.
Like a beacon of positivity.
It was 3-1 on the stream, but when we cut out the first time because of something on our end with technical issues, we let the game finish and it was 4-1 to JustaKid. Now, when we got back into it, JustaKid is having a couple of complications, which we're trying to sort out. Apparently, he's telling me only his OBS and Street Fighter 5 are disconnected, but we're gonna slowly find out and resolve this issue here. But
he's gonna try again.
We'll see what goes on. They're gonna try one more time.
Too much bandwidth.
Maybe.
Consuming. Another great word.
All right.
Jammerz
So
put into a great situation. Situational awareness, perhaps, from the commentators.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. What do you want? Do you want a medal from me? Is that what you want?
No.
I can give you a medal.
Okay, but then you have to give me next time we meet. Don't forget.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I still have to buy you that book, actually.
Which book?
The How to Be British. I saw it in a shop. I think.
Yeah, but I'm not British anymore, though.
Wait,
that kind of died off.
Wait, what?
So.
What happened there? When did you leave?
Yeah,
when did you up and leave the country? Was it
Yeah,
inflation?
I left.
It was inflation, wasn't it?
No, it was the electricity prices. So
Yeah, inflation.
It's too much. Yeah. Inflation. I mean, who knows? But whatever it is, it's too expensive for me right now. So I just left the UK and now I'm chilling in Norway.
Right. Docta Afrikan was 1 round up. Now, Docta Afrikan needs to get that round, and then we'll play from there. So I'm hoping JustaKid remembers, or is he just going to play? Is he just going to play?
Oh, he's just going to play.
He has to. Docta Afrikan has to get that round.
Oh yeah, he's not having it. I'm not having it. He checks the odds to be 100%. Take the round, says another one.
All right, cool. So we're just deciding this now and we're getting it sorted down. This is amazing. This is fantastic. This has probably been the most delayed first attempt we've had. All right, so Docta Afrikan is going to
But he can't hit too much because the bars will be unbalanced.
That's fine because he might have had bar in the next round anyway.
He might have, but he also might have spent the super to get the round.
Well, that's why
now
I just hit him with
bar
balls.
up and a round up.
All right, let's see if we can do this in one fell swoop.
Let's go. A perfect from Docta Afrikan. What a statement after being down 4-1, Jammerz.
Oh, man. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Oh, yes. All right. Now we're back at it. Even with all this, they haven't forgotten their game plan. And I think we have the first crush on the down forward fears from Docta Afrikan. But no, juggle on the follow-up with the Light Sisters, which is interesting to see. Could he have gone for better Oki by just whiffing the Light Sisters, since I know that the Light Sisters Oki has been changed in the recent update?
I think they'd rather not. If a dash can safely close the distance, you don't have to overextend from that. I'd be cool with that. Obviously, you want to be as close as you can because Oki and throw situations is what the whole game's about.
Exactly. And again, JustaKid manages to bait out that V-Skill Cycle store from Docta Afrikan. It's the second time now. It has worked out a few times for Afrikan, but again now, it's more of a game of will he, won't he? And suddenly he does, and what an interruption from JustaKid.
Yeah, that was a very audacious interruption there. I don't think many people do that. But it's that medium kick.
Audacious indeed.
It's that medium kick, sir.
Yeah, and I guess JustaKid, oh nice, air to air. He does not want to deal anymore with those close jump-ins that he can't really comfortably anti-air, and he's seen a lot of them so far. This is a statement round from Docta Afrikan after that perfect we saw earlier.
I'm gonna ask him about jump back jab. He's not doing hell attack, he's doing jump back jab. I wonder why he's doing that.
It's faster, that might be it.
Yeah, because obviously hell attack gives you the floating state, but it might be just when he said it's faster. He's gonna try and chip him. Delay.
He might actually just go for this chip because, I mean, it's not impossible for Docta Afrikan to get it. And he spends the bar.
He didn't get it, yeah.
And he spent the bar to get it. And now he's meterless. JustaKid didn't have to use the super to close it out. And it's such a huge shift in just the last 7 or 8 seconds of that round, Jammerz.
Do you want to know what's hilarious? I reckon if he pressed standing light kick, because it's faster, I reckon he would have got the hit on the clock.
But JustaKid might have blocked.
That's
so maybe
true.
fierce. Yeah.
All right, gonna get the conversion anyway.
Nice spacing on that. And finally finds the punish. JustaKid not cancel. I'm not sure if he can even cancel the forward heavy kick into the V-Skill, but that was a close whiff. Nice spacing and weirdness from Docta Afrikan. And when you have that 2-bar V-trigger and you play against Bison and you get the decent setups from it or the decent position, I think it's a good choice to go for the V-reversals as JustaKid has done. There's some characters that can really do that. Oh, he thought he had the hit. JustaKid's so ready.
He knows because that move is projectile invincible from frame 1. It avoids throws as well. It does have a weakness that not many people know about. Yeah. Stand hard kick with the meaty and Devil's reverse. Can he get a grab? He tried to shimmy instead. I think the grab would have worked.
Definitely would have worked because there was no text from JustaKid's side. I mean, he could have been looking at the movement and how close he was when Ozzy was getting up. And you never know. And that standing medium kick for the closeout. And I mean, Docta Afrikan in the last round was looking so strong before something happened towards the end. And now JustaKid is running away with it again.
Yeah, the classic. You know them ones. Everyone's got a lot of characters got that good standing medium kick as a poke. But obviously, the first part of Drury's standing medium kick is special cancelable. But the other part is very good for closing out rounds. You don't need to buffer it as often.
In control, yeah.
But yeah, it's 5-1. We managed to finish the game. It's great.
It took a while before I understood your joke. But after I understood it, Jammerz, it was one of the best of the day. So I really had to laugh at that joke. And you know, I don't fake laugh to make my co-commentaries feel good. I just sit there and look weird.
No,
so that was a real laugh on my end.
I think your laugh is probably one of the most genuine laughs I've heard, like, ever. Not just in the FGC. I'm just thinking, just out of everyone I know in my life. So
that's great. That's great.
Frame trap.
Oh, and again, yeah, that frame trap. Oh, you thought you could press on plus? Nah, I got that safe on block extra frame trap move. Okay, let's see. Tries to find a shimmy again. Slight walk back before the heavy kick, but JustaKid's just not biting.
Yeah, and I feel part of the reason he did choose the V-Trigger 2 was to kind of help open up JustaKid, and sometimes he hasn't been in the position to even land that command grab. And it only does 100 damage, but it sets up a very good situation after that. But JustaKid's been handling this matchup extremely well so far.
Nice V reversal into the forward jump, and Docta committed to a heavy punch and had to block it. And he finds another crush, and this is big because he could even follow up that with the Psycho Crusher should he need it. Docta Afrikan often up the first round, I think, Jammerz. I might be wrong and just base it on the last couple of games.
No, he's been in a good position, and JustaKid has not wormed his way back into the game, but I think it's through his experience and matchup knowledge he's been able to calmly bring himself back. And it doesn't look like that because, like I said, Docta Afrikan is not playing terrible. Trust me.
No, I absolutely agree. There's great gameplay on both sides, and I love how JustaKid again tried to chase down the reverse, but since he went in front, it just the backdash came out and worked anyway, so it's almost as a defensive option select against the follow-up from that EX Devil's reverse. Tries to find something with the V-shift.
I've just been worried about how meat has been spent in this matchup. Remember, Docta Afrikan's trying to use it for EX Psycho Inferno conversions and on the block strings. He's been using EX knee press. He's been using Devil's reverse. But sometimes the Devil's Reverse can be easily handled because he's been doing it from full screen. So it gives JustaKid a little bit of time to kind of prepare his answer. He's not been right in his face. You know?
And there's a trade on that air-to-air medium punch, but he finds the crush now. Is it finally gonna go for it? Just nothing, just 2 lights.
Oh, that went over
nice, yeah.
the EX Fujin.
And he's still trying to go for the shimmers, but JustaKid has shown that he's not really interested in teching too much, so I'm not really sure.
Chase him down, and he's not going to cancel into Cycle Crusher because he needs that situation. Plus. Oh no!
Oh, that was big. That would have been so big.
Right,
but
he's going to go for time.
JustaKid is coming. Yeah. He's just throwing them out.
He stole it.
No way. Docta. No. He must have pressed something that was slower. He must have pressed something like a medium or heavy.
He couldn't take the throw either. I think JustaKid might have done the throw invincible version. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it the light one? Is the throw invincible version?
I'm not really sure, but Docta Afrikan answering angry right now. This is such a great start for him. This is gonna be something that JustaKid can come back from. Oh, double standing heavy kick. Finally an opening from JustaKid after just being smothered in the corner, Jammerz. That was one throw. Really gutsy now with the dashes, and Docta Afrikan doesn't want to overextend on his defensive decisions right now. But he does anyway, and JustaKid chases it down yet again. This is closing in on stun territory. So
back throw will do it. Oh, and he did a forward throw instead, but he reduced the stun. He's got one more guess here, Veggey.
How was he managed to get back like this?
He
dashed.
He got him.
Yeah.
Right. I just checked.
Kid felt that chase down.
I just checked. It is the light version that's throw invincible. So I'm gonna assume Docta Afrikan pressed something to get hit by the, I think it was the heavy version of the reversal, the DP.
So he might have not kept it tight enough because it's like so -2 into invulnerable on frame 3, so he could have pressed the 4 frame, maybe did a 5 frame or a medium or late light or something like that. Maybe the stand light punch, which is not as fast as the other lights, I believe.
All right, so Docta Afrikan puts another one on the board because he actually put the first game on the board, and then JustaKid just went on a 5-game streak. He gets crush counted.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He missed the confirm earlier, and then gets crush countered and again opened up. JustaKid had a couple of daring throw situations, but I think Docta Afrikan can also consider them coming from him being at a deficit and might not want to go for that when he is at a life lead.
Yeah.
But it's always hard to like control or understand when an opponent is going to go for those gutsy walks.
The reversal, keep him in the corner. Do you know what? These guys have actually had like very good defense. I think it's just what's letting Docta Afrikan down was a couple of situations where he's left himself punishable by the EX move, the EX fusion.
And I think that's our second command throw of the after seven sets, and he's trying to try for it, and that's a great answer for JustaKid with the air-to-air.
Oi! That would have been sick. That actually would have been mad sick.
That would have been a high fight clip should he have converted with something on the ground afterwards.
He's not trying that thing. He's not trying that bold trick that Problem does, where he tries to read the V reversal. The Psycho Axe, and he gets the anti-hit!
But I mean, JustaKid's just like a head away from taking it. Docta Afrikan with the answer. I mean, I feel he did that in anticipation of the EX flip because that was nowhere near being in range for the standing heavy kick to connect on block.
I'll tell you something, right? You can anticipate that move. You can, some moves can react to it because the hitbox on that move actually doesn't connect until Jury touches the ground. Yeah. Which a lot of people don't know that. But you can actually, do not tell me what I think it is.
No.
Oh no, do not tell me what I think it is. Oh.
It's true. I just zoomed my camera, Jammerz. I'm so sorry. No. I should not have done that.
Oh, bro.
I just zoomed my camera. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jammerz.
Right. Let me find out. Now I do know. Now I do know that Docta Afrikan was 1 round up and he was 5-2 down. I
almost feel like you should get this game.
Do you know what? I kind of feel sorry for him because he's had to deal with this like 4 times now.
Oh my days.
Right. Let me find.
I'm so sorry because I did this and then JustaKid's internet just disconnected.
I'll tell you what we are going to do, Richard. We are gonna take a 3 to 5 minute break. When we come back, well, you can hold me to it, but we're gonna make sure that this set is back on. Give us 5 minutes. We're back with you shortly. sorry about that. We had to make sure that everything on JustaKid's end, he had to do a hard reset with his internet, make sure his machine is fine, and come back into it. The score is 5-2 to JustaKid, but the first round will be going to Docta Afrikan, because that part I do remember. Again, we do apologize for all these hiccups. I think this is the very first time this has happened for all of us, actually. We had hiccups in the past, but for other reasons, and we've been able to fix those problems. But this one's been a bit, this one's been unique in its own right, I can tell you that much.
I mean, we're looking at another perfect start from Docta Afrikan right now, Jammerz. This is looking just like the last game.
It is
or
indeed.
the game before.
You sound like an announcer. It's like you were born to be it.
Born to be an announcer. Let's go.
All right. So I think what we've agreed on is if it happens one more time,
no, twice.
Once or twice, then yeah, we've got to cut it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Nice buffer from JustaKid, finding that standing heavy kick once again. Nice answer again though from Docta Afrikan. Had the range for the crouch medium kick, knew that he couldn't just press the standing medium kick like a fake frame trap on -2. Lovely awareness.
Oh, okay. Gets the whip punish on the Psycho Blast.
Yeah, I like that when you jump or backdash and then you get the air reset against Bison and you get a big punish on his special that was coming out after. It's a good thing to have in your game plan, whether it's intentional or not.
It happens to quite a bunch of characters. I think maybe Bison, I think hit confirmable characters, single hit confirmable characters, it can happen to them as well. But not as often. Because people weren't backdashing before as much. So now they're backdashing.
Ooh, nice interruption. Not afraid of the V skill. Just charge up already. He's just throwing it out so he can charge it again in the frame trap, I guess. Just doesn't want to have it. He wants to use it.
Oh, and TS stand fierce. Okay, that must be mad situation.
Oh, that was very far. Great stuff. And what a jump up from JustaKid, who didn't believe in the conversion that he got. And he's so good at dealing with that.
Yeah, I think what's happened is it's over time he's got more comfortable at dealing with Devil's Reverse. So now when Docta Afrikan does it from full screen, like I mentioned before, he's just comfortable with like, okay, I can chase it down. He's jabbed it, he's anti-aired it. See?
And that, and that was a lovely trait on the fireball. Just seeing that he's going to be approaching, just takes the damage from the fireball to at least stay out of throw range. And what a V-ship from JustaKid, close to stun. Is he gonna have one of those rounds when he's coming back again, Jammerz? We've seen it so many times. There is the spacing to stop the anti-air from Docta Afrikan, and he's just anything away. And does it with the stand medium kick. He's getting closer to the 5-5, and he did say in the break that he didn't feel like he was down 5-1, that it was closer, which you also spoke about, Jammerz. And now he's showing it being at the 5-3 position.
5-3
in on the 5-5. That's how maths work, Jammerz.
Well, you know what it is, right?
Closer to 5-5 than 5-1.
Well, look, it's, you know, when you play a 1st to 10, the first 10 games, it determines a matchup's number.
Yeah, that's
true. Even if the set goes to 10-9, the first 10 games, like, yeah, man, it's a 6-4.
Yeah, or a 9-1, and then the other guy wins 10-9. Doesn't matter. First 10 games is the decider of the matchup numbers. Nice again, just uses the standing medium kick to trade with the fireball and make sure that there's no Oki for JustaKid. And when he has the life and lead or is in the corner, I think it's a great decision just to keep JustaKid away. But here it's working out for JustaKid, who gets the trade combo. Nice patience from Docta.
Alright, just patience again, but it is JustaKid with a substantial life lead right now, and it looks like he's going to comfortably close it out. Did not go for the command grab reset. I think he's really trying to keep JustaKid locked in place. The V-skill got him again!
But had he quick rolls, he might have been able, quick rise, he might have been able to get a conversion. And again, he doesn't go for the V-Trigger 2 extension. I guess it's as you say, he wants the Oki, and maybe he also wants to have an answer to some fireball stuff. No, not the fireball. Thanks to clearing that up.
He has to move a little bit closer to do Psycho Crusher. He has to move a little bit closer.
And I mean, there's so many projectiles everywhere.
Oh,
finally finds the opening. Oh, he could have had the punish, but he has to life ever so slightly.
Oh.
And he finds the cross up after the cycle roll. That was so nice.
And you know what? I like the way that ended as well. Because it's like Bison just landed, the blast.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And he's like, he's just coming back to his idle position. Good stuff there from Docta Afrikan.
Patient, not interested in being shimmied. Would rather get thrown. Knows that Jury doesn't have all the life, and he has great damage when he first gets the conversion. What a whiff punish. Great stuff from JustaKid. And the patience is still there from Docta Afrikan.
Flash counter. Look for the light one, okay. Usually people go for the heavy one, get the damage, because they're already in the corner. And what a bait. I think he was intentionally looking for that, but...
It looked like it. And JustaKid walked out of the command through the third one of the set. Docta Afrikan has been really, like, scared to use it, or just doesn't want to rely on getting that mix going, maybe. Just having the threat there.
Oh, the whiff punish. He spent the bar, but I'll take it, especially puts you in the corner, and he's not. There's a tick grab.
Oh, yeah. That looked like max range. Nice reversal from JustaKid.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like, just going back to what you were saying before, Veggey, about him not relying on the command grab in a lot of situations. Remember, Jury's damage has become a lot more, like, better, a lot powerful in the seasons, the past, like, 2 or 3 seasons. Just because of the way the games have been going, I don't think he wants to resort to that tactic yet. Yeah. All right.
Do you think JustaKid intentionally didn't cancel there just to keep, like, store up or stock up as he's expecting him to respect it because the cancel can come out? Or was that more like an unintentional miss the cancel something? That was interesting. And just before that, we saw this cycle ball from Docta Afrikan into a neutral jump in anticipation of the reversal, but JustaKid kept himself too cool and composed to go for it. There's been a lot of reads here as the set has progressed, I should say.
Yeah, and again, I don't think Docta Afrikan has changed much from the tactics he initially started with. He started to be more comfortable with hell attack anti-airs. I saw him in the neutral jump in the last game, got a forward jump there. But again, the jump back jab has been the more consistent one. Gets a V-shift, and that is a clean punish. More people should be doing that against Bison. He has answers to counter V-shift in that scenario, but more people should be doing it.
And you can kind of react to the down forward Pierce startup. Though it can be hard if they're baiting with another button, so you don't have to overcommit to it. You can just slightly commit, and he's finding another one of these reverses. He's closing in on JustaKid. He's no longer looking one-sided. What did I say? 5-3 is closer to 5-5, but 5-4 is even closer than that.
Yeah.
Nice, still using that stamina for the trades. I love it, but he misses. He's not been too strong on the confirms. He's let a lot of hits fly and had a few unblocked. So that's not been his strength so far. Nice crouching medium kick, and there's a DP from JustaKid.
Activates from the sweep. All right, hang on. Gonna get the command grab for the combo, and he's gonna do a meaty detonator. This is gonna be dead. I think he's dead. Oh no, he did it. Oh,
nice block. Yeah, now, I mean, JustaKid wasn't kind of a good position. Could have gotten a few throws, but Docta Afrikan had an early read on maybe a shimmy there. Took his time, just stole the frames, and got the conversion after the interruption that was blocked into the crouching medium punch. Suddenly we're at 5-5, Jammerz. I see someone in chat thinking that Jack's momentum's been stolen, and that may be true, but we've also seen a lot of
let's
answers.
Let's put the shoe on the other foot for a moment, right? And Veggey, you noticed this before we had to cut to break. A lot of the times where we had these issues before, Docta Afrikan was actually in a very good position, but we had to restart everything. So
that's true.
It's happening, and like now, Docta Afrikan again. He said he did tell me tonight, I do want to finish this, and JustaKid agreed. Yeah, he said he wanted to finish it as well. So
yeah, and I mean, Docta Afrikan said I have answers to some of the problems I've had, and we've seen those hell attack anti-airs. We've seen like better offensive sequences. That's been working out better for him. It's like he's adapting a lot to JustaKid, and the way JustaKid has been defending and running his offense. Nice again with a trade. We didn't see that in the first games, which trading the plus range from the fireball. Oh, he just tried to go for it there. Would have been very nice if it worked, but JustaKid has been really on the move, or like active on defense in the corner. V-shift, jump out, neutral jump, backdash, DP.
Yeah.
It's hard to get him to sit, it seems.
All right, he's got to be careful that he's whipping the stand fierce and the side racks as well. JustaKid has been actually pretty good with that, but he's been spending bar to try and whip punish those as well. But I like the way these guys are utilizing their pokes as well. Obviously, Jury has access to better mediums in terms of pokes. Bison's like lights, mainly heavies, the specials, and sometimes Docta Afrikan won't have the charge to deal with that sort of scenario, you know?
Try to find a whip punish too late, and that's a big punish on the failed punish from JustaKid.
Backs away, reflects into a conversion with the knee press. Oh, this is not looking good for JustaKid. Back throw. Is he going to reversal or wait? He waits. There's the reversal.
I mean, that was a left-right. I think it went from the front instead, and it's working out for JustaKid, who let the reversal fly, but it's still lively for Docta Afrikan, very much so, and that one conversion is going to tie up this game. 5-5, 1 round apiece.
Well, I think this game might be a huge factor as to what's to come. And he's got CA again, Veggey. I haven't seen Docta Afrikan with like full CA in a lot of these rounds. I've seen JustaKid with CA.
Almost every round.
Nice,
there's an answer again.
Oh, that would have been cursed.
Yeah. He definitely would have with those course counter combos and that extra bar from the Docta Afrikan side. Nice, just taking the frames. -4, not in range for the punish.
If you reverse the press, I respect it. I would have done the same thing. No one's looking for a jump just yet. They're going to play on the ground. I think JustaKid might be looking for another EX with punish if he gets in that range, but he is mad wary of Psycho Axe.
And I'm loving these trades with the stand medium kick. When JustaKid gets the fireball out, he's just not letting him approach that way easily. A nice confirm on the hit. JustaKid's letting you fly again though.
Alright, block.
Awkward angle, yeah.
Sweet, and
he just wants to activate.
Yeah. He jumped back in anticipation here, and he's going to set up shop. He's not going to have V-trigger, JustaKid, but he can actually win the round from this. Another jump back.
Skulls them in a lot of trouble wanting to activate like that.
Oh no, he can activate from this if the CA doesn't come out. Okay. He's going to block it out.
Goes for the buttons.
Reversal.
Into the reversal.
Chip's coming.
It's close to chipping.
That might be
that's going to be it, I think.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Because of the accumulated great health that he built up prior to 2 situations ago, it helped him build enough to be able to get that conversion or that chip sequence into the CA. Now her chip, her CA chip, I can't remember if it does around 50 or 60. I need to double check. Because I know that, like we said before, the damage proportions changed. I'm not sure if they changed the chip proportions. Because sometimes, I remember they did it to Oni in SF4. They changed the way how chip was distributed. And it's not something that people do, developers do in fighting games much anymore. Well, chip kills only come from CAs. You don't get chip kills in general, so you don't have to.
Oh, wow. But what a trip card situation on the Docta Afrikan side with a standing heavy kick. That was so beautiful. You will not see that often from any Bison.
Oh, he anticipated again. He's starting to jump back and jump neutral jump more as well. He's getting him.
Oh, did you see the answer to the stand medium kick? He's noticed it so many times. He waited for the fireball to get close and went for one of those flip kicks that would have been so punishable on block. And I mean, he did have the fireball behind him, but he's just so aware of the answers that Docta Afrikan has been coming in with. Early tech from JustaKid. And there he has that stand medium kick. Unblocked from far and cancel up close.
And you get another sword. That's sick. That's gangster. I like that.
And using that as a can.
Come on,
what a whip punish from Docta Afrikan.
I would have come on, grabbed him, but I'm not a Bison player. So that was perfect.
Definitely not a Bison player.
That was perfect there from Docta Afrikan. Can he get this equalizer here, Veggey?
I'm pretty sure he's definitely looking for it, and he finds a hit confirmed. Does go for max damage, and
that must be that must be what he was looking for. All those times that, okay, do you know, I realized, because you probably were talking about this before and he mentioned it, he was getting the wrong buffer. He was probably wanting JustaKid to walk into it.
Yes.
I think that's what he was hoping for.
Oh, he could have had a conversion. What a neutral jump. I love it. He's predicting him. We're getting really deep in the mind games right now. And another failed stop.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to see. I'm going to ask him. Let me wait for this round to finish, actually. Let me see.
Yeah.
Medium kick,
he's just
away.
pestering him with medium kicks.
Watch out, back throw. Yeah, he tried.
Yeah. And I think Docta Afrikan did not want to deal with those throw.
Please do not V-shift. Do not V-shift. Good. Yeah. Right. What I'm curious about, so great equalization there from Docta Afrikan again, keeping it close. I want to find out if Bison can V-skill 1 the EX flip on reaction. Because it can absorb physical attacks and turn into a physical attack. I wonder if he can do that. Or if it's because the way...
button too.
Yeah, if you match your V-skill to one button, of course. But I don't know...
1 or 2. That's like, it's a 1 input though. Yeah.
I don't know if Jury's, the hitbox on her EX flip messes that up. So he doesn't want to risk it. The neutral jump was great. The neutral jump was fantastic.
Oh, that's punishable. Not too much, though. just closing in. We've always been at a close set, but it's now just closing score as well. Trading rounds, trading games. Oh, he's a bit too late there. He hesitated. You saw him try to move into position. Yeah.
I don't know if he's pressing the medium punch before he jumps backwards. It could be that as well, actually. Because remember, some people do press the button before they and they do the wrong move before their input. So sometimes you want to do like a quarter circle back heavy, and you press heavy punch instead of doing the move you wanted to do.
And I mean, he is on hitbox, so it might be sometimes a bit more awkward to just know if you press the jump or the button first, but that's a great point to bring it out there. Oh, he gets really close. Nice patient from Docta Afrikan, just willing to take the throw.
Conversion.
No
way.
The damage.
Anti-air.
Nice.
Cross him up. Yeah, he can cross him up.
This is so tight, and he has the DP. He's not going to let it slide.
Oh, no, he got hit. Oh, wow.
Had he been on the ground, though, he could have juggled, but he finds the shimmy anyway.
My man said, just a foot lover, you grabbed hot air. That's what you did. You grabbed hot air.
He tried to grab his time. He didn't kick anything.
You can grab anything. Anti-air.
Grab it all. Nice.
Do you know what? Is that a spacing trap? Or is he just buffering? It must be.
I think that some Yuris like to dash on the minus fireball as well. So if you want to check that, and then you have that spacing trap. Oh, he's out of range. I think it's an answer to that as well. It's more making that a mix-up when you're even in the unsafe range. I see at least a lot of low-level Yuris
a couple of times, Veggey. He's hit that a couple of times.
It has worked out. What a delay on the cross slide kick. And another delay, but he doesn't get a conversion. Docta Afrikan in Shoutouts 2 and has super. 2 hits away from landing the super kill. Oh no, we've punished on that with reversal.
You know what? Jury's V-reversal is actually one of the easiest ones to whiff punish. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie
Jury's
to you.
and Ibukis. Ibukis is also quite easy to whiff punish, I think.
You think so?
Oh. Yeah,
we'll have that discussion another time.
Yeah, we will. That's probably character specific to nice reversal closing in on one hit for kill on JustaKid's side. But I think if there's one heavy hit from Docta Afrikan, he just needs a super conversion. But JustaKid is really close to chipping him out. He doesn't have V-bar, letting that gray bar work his way up.
Okay, I was about to say, if he's not going to stick out like a medium, like a crouching medium punch or like a medium kick, I think we just let this round just close out. But I think Docta Afrikan got a bit impatient trying to take the fight to him. There was reverse out of it.
It's been working out a lot more since the double disconnect from Jack or triple disconnect. He's found his rhythm on that more. Again, too late on the crouch fierce. Nice punish.
He's deep pressing the reversal. Yeah, he's not going to reversal here.
Gets out of dodge anyway. But the bar is really, it's low on Docta's side. JustaKid, again, as you mentioned, super, all the time super. Look at the corner carry and the damage on that conversion. It slows down again. Yes, another answer, yes.
He's trying, the medium kick. I don't think it's always consistent because I think the Drew player wants you to jump or do something else, but JustaKid one step ahead. He's very recognizable in that situation.
Oh, he was waiting for a reversal there. Chases him down, not ready to DP.
Oh, he's dead.
Finds the crush counter. Oh, he's definitely dead.
Boom.
Docta Afrikan out on the lead for the first time in this set.
Well, he took the lead at the start because he's one game up.
The first game, yeah.
And then JustaKid came on the four-game win streak with the bounce, and then obviously we had a couple of issues there, but Docta Afrikan was slowly bringing it back, and now we should be at 7-6.
7-6 for Docta Afrikan.
Okay. So back and forth. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I still feel these guys can take it to another level.
Someone in chat is saying that Bison's V-Skill 1 doesn't work on EX moves in general, so that might be why it's not trying to carry.
Oh my god, how can I forget that? Oh, it's been so long.
There's so much to remember.
Do you know, thank you for telling me that. Good thing I didn't assert that. I just said I wonder if you could.
Do it! Does it work, bro?
I just think I just think about a lot of these things, you know.
No.
Some of the most rudimentary stuff you just forget.
Absolutely. I didn't know myself. I didn't know at all, to be honest. So
he's not going to come
another great conversion from Docta.
Whoa!
He finds the crush. One of the few crushes he's actually found in this set because Just has been so good at mixing up his timings on defense.
Yeah. But I think as the set's gone on, he's been getting opened up by standard things. But it's a long set, so over time, you will change your decision.
Yeah. And the other person will be more inclined to adapt. I think he wanted just the DP and he got this crouching heavy kick first and then cancel it into a deep in. That's great for Docta Afrikan. He's just capitalizing on this momentum.
He got him in the
Gets
air.
in again. He tries to get a shimmy.
He's trying to jump out. Why is he trying to jump out? Don't V-shift. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. That's the answer.
Yeah, he baited
that is
it,
the answer.
yeah.
Do not worry. I play Problem X a lot. No. Not quite dead yet. Is he going to get an activation? He will. +4 on block, but he wasn't in range of the command grab, and the Psycho Crusher, the tip of it, catches JustaKid storing a move. And I do feel it doesn't look as deep in this matchup. I could be wrong, but Bison needs specific tools to chase down the store. Obviously, Sweep's one of them. EX knee press if he's charging. Psycho Crusher looks like the most beneficial one because you get it to hit the tip, you stay in front, you should be near, just about in throw range. There's nothing but benefits there. But I think JustaKid didn't consider if Docta Afrikan would do it from that range.
Docta Afrikan with the walk down. He looks a lot more comfortable. He's ready to deal with the fireball in many different ways now. But JustaKid is finding his momentum with the crouching lead. He can confirm or buffer, I'm not sure. Which, the double throw again. It's not ready to, that's what we spoke about. It's not easy to always be ready to punish that pinwheel. It's always punishable, but not always easy.
Yeah, he tried to punish it, and he got it with the frame trap, the Psycho Crusher frame trap. Remember, what's been interesting is JustaKid was catching with a lot of V-Skill 2 frame traps. And now the shoe's on the other foot, and Bison needs a V-Trigger to do that.
This time finds the walk-up throw. He's not been too daring at like a certain
Punish.
That was unfortunate. Yeah, that's big. That was really unfortunate. I'm not sure what he wanted.
Activate
big
from the
conversion from JustaKid.
I would have activated from the flip. That would have worked. There you go.
Could he have V-shifted after that? Or was it that true block streak?
Oh, which one?
Oh, you can't really trade. Wait, let it finish first. Oh, this is getting really rough, and JustaKid with a comfortable walk-up throw. When he did the stab medium kick into the flip, could he have been V-shifted, or is it a true block string?
If it was the first part into the light one, it might have been a true block string, but I know there's a couple
I think it was the medium, yeah.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of strings that you can actually V-shift the flip, so when you reactivate, you're not in throw range.
He misses the confirm again, and that's kind of big. He uses momentum, damage, position, takes damage even. JustaKid up around again. Looks more comfortable than he was the last few games. It's slowed down again.
I think he just needs to find his rhythm and like the momentum he had, and like the game plan he had at the start when he took that lead, that huge lead at the start.
Nice interruption. It's closer, probably only like +2, +3.
It's the first
The delayed activation.
Reversal didn't connect.
And that's kind of good for Docta Afrikan. Low damage, and he wasted his bar, but it's still JustaKid on the prowl.
We've seen this position before. JustaKid. Oh, the buffer was beautiful. And he's going to charge the V-skill in that. The more stores she has, the more dangerous she can be. Going to get the Crusher, and he will spend it and put her in the corner. Now, he does get a meaty throw or standing medium punch. But is JustaKid going to try and do something else? He blocks.
He went for the down forward fierce to catch maybe the V-shift.
Yeah, probably the V-shift.
Like a delayed one. Yeah. That was one throw. And he's waiting for the jump this time. Baiting again with a stab medium punch. JustaKid tried to do something in reaction to that and got hit by the follow-up standing fierce. Beautiful bait sequence from Docta Afrikan.
It seems Jury's safest way out of the corner is EX Fuijin into the V-trigger on block. That seems like a safe, but he didn't have V-trigger, so he couldn't do that.
Fortunate. Blood stand fierce into the...
Boom, that's dead. Yeah, it's scaled, but
oy.
he's dead. He should be dead.
This is a
Not
good
quite.
spot. He's not dead though. Oh, plus frames. Keeps chasing him down and finds the trade. There were so many great bait sequences in those last 2 rounds on Docta Afrikan's side, and it was looking like a JustaKid game again. But he's just adapting so fast. I mean, he is the sensei of the region, right? Or one of them, the teachers.
Look, man, what a turnaround. And the way, you highlighted it before, Veggey, it's just the way he's kind of... He gets him in the corner and he sets up this good position, which is making him more comfortable dealing with a jump out. The first part of the EX Fuijin shouldn't connect. He can see the flip or anticipate the flip with a jump. He's done it before. And yeah, JustaKid is getting very antsy. Yeah, he's done it again. Yeah, he's done it again. And Jury's V reversal, like it's not great in terms of creating. I feel in creating decent space.
Yeah.
It does create space, don't get me wrong, you get a store, but there's something about other strike V reversals and hers that feels a bit weaker to me. That's just me personally.
Another time from Docta Afrikan. The Devil's Reverse just worked out so much better since the breaks. Oh, what a spacing and reaction to that. There was still one more to block, but he knew that he could interrupt, and he just did it beautifully. Shield interrupt. And he finds... He's just mixing it up so well, yeah, on the defense there. And JustaKid's been mixing up the counters really well too. It's been a real RPS game for the both of them in those situations.
Yeah, but I feel that JustaKid is just... he's kind of losing... it sounds weird because you lose what witnesses anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like he's losing more of these RPS situations. And sometimes he's the one setting them up.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you, sometimes that happens in this game. Oh, we're gonna get the stun.
He's getting flushed. Yeah, that
he's
was
not
the
dead
first
though.
time in a long time.
He needs a reset.
Gonna go for the reset. No, he's just gonna finish it.
Set up.
Oh yeah. Here comes the activation soon. No.
Another 10.
Yeah, I understand like the willingness to activate, but JustaKid has shown awareness for the activation so many times, and yet again he does it and just jumps out of range for it and would punish it on landing.
Alright, let's see what he's got. Now, again, so part of the problem has been he's been walking into these stand fierces. He's just been misjudging his space on stand fierce, which allows Bison to do Psycho Axe and make it to connect almost 100% of the time. And it's been the Devil's Reverses as well. Please do not reversal. Please do not do it. Okay, going to be reversal instead. Doesn't want to take that risk.
Oh, yeah. Such a great position to be in, and he chooses to go for the V reversal just to get some space or something, but I almost said JustaKid. It's not deterred yet. I was reading his name. Nice. Ooh. Changes up the answer and finds the neutral jump shimmy.
That's dead. Yeah, that's definitely dead. That's dead.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
You have been so bad at this today, Jammerz, when it comes to calling out the net, but it doesn't matter because he died anyway. Do
you know what? It's because that was for me, that was from a full jump in. And remember, Bison's vitality didn't change. And he practically put everything in that combo. So I was almost certain. I'm like, yeah, he's dead. He has to be. Like, Bison's vitality hasn't changed. It hasn't changed.
But maybe the...
but yeah, I'm wrong anyway. So
damage is coming earlier. Something like that.
Well, he went completely optimal. He went optimal. So I don't think he could have done anything else before cancelling into the CA. So. All right. Oh,
JustaKid still on the board. Still has a chance. 9-7 matchup. Is that what we call that?
No, what was the first 10 games? The first 10 games it was...
I think it was 5-5. So it's a 5-5 matchup. Yeah.
Oh,
let's go. Oh, the double fierce, but no conversion, no confirm. JustaKid finds the hit. Chooses not to activate.
You see what I said before? Do the flip into the... I'm telling you, we'll get him.
Oh, nice. Chases down Docta Afrikan. Wants to get another set. Wow. Oh, he's too late on the crouch fierce, actually.
Did he press crouch fierce? Did that beat crouch fierce?
Oh, JustaKid is so... I don't think it beat. It was a counter hit, so the crouch fierce wasn't active yet, so he was too late, not ready enough, or just mistimed in that situation. I love it. What a chase down. Tries to find the cross up, but JustaKid was too ready.
Oh, dude. If he done the anti-air, it would have worked. If he done the anti-air, it would have worked. But again, in that situation, you just can't gamble that. Go for the safer anti-air, but unfortunately it traded in Docta Afrikan's favor. He's at match point again. Whoa. Get another one.
JustaKid. Nice. He's not falling for those frame traps, and he knows they might be coming. Just taking his time, being patient. Docta Afrikan, another one of these great changes. Let's see if JustaKid has what's needed to take it back. Nice DP.
Here we go. Gets a throw. Backs off, gonna activate. Let's see if he's looking for that stand fierce again, but Psycho Axe might be able to connect. But good anti-air there from JustaKid.
And it almost looked like Docta Afrikan was trying to bait out that fireball by working back before jumping again. Oh, nice! You don't get too many of these in a row, Docta Afrikan. He's definitely
He didn't spend it. That would have been
of course. Yeah. Sorry. You were right. JustaKid just didn't want you to be right. Oh, nice backdash.
I don't know if
he
he's
wants
gonna
that bar
this.
for the next round. No, not ready for a good whip punish. Another chance for Docta Afrikan, who doesn't care about reversal at that point. Tries to trade, maybe already there, but
bit greedy. He got the round, but he's a bit greedy.
Yeah.
A bit greedy. That could be his downfall. That greed could be downfall. That's why it's one of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh yes, but here's a punish from JustaKid. And a delay, but he misses his combo, and that's a huge turnaround from Docta Afrikan. It was on the backbone.
And another one. He's just about stunned.
Again, no, he didn't do it. and it was definitely a delay back throw, so it wouldn't have worked either way. JustaKid so close to being dead right now. How are you coming back from this?
He's not.
Docta Afrikan was feeling the offense. He was feeling the momentum. He saw the fear and double, triple jab before the walk-up throw with slow bison.
Man.
Docta Afrikan wins.
What a turnaround. With intermissions, Devil's Reverse, foot-loving people. We finally finished the set, but the Doctor reigns supreme, showing you why he has the answers, and he is opponent. He isn't a player that you guys should be on the lookout for. Please, if you don't know about Docta Afrikan, get to know. Again, throughout all the hiccups, it was still a great set to watch between the two players. Obviously, we have to give JustaKid a stern talking to because he is the youngest out of all of us in this chat. So we're going to do that shortly. But yeah, GG's all round. It was unfortunate as to what happened. But hey, we're going to talk to these guys on the other side of this break. So stick around if you want to hear more things we've got to ask them about the set, as well as other things regarding Street Fighter 5 related questions and Street Fighter 6 as well. So we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. See you soon.
Hadouken!
If I go too far, please forgive me.
My name is Seth. Bow down for my cycle.
It's time for trial.
Show me everything. Download.
This will do.
I'll settle this. It's the end! Let's go! The finale! You can't escape!
PlayStation.
You won't know what hit you. Let me have some fun. Let's get this mission started.
This will be a good fight.
Got you in my sights.
Neutralized.
Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. Seven. I'm just on another level.
Welcome back to today's episode of Sets, featuring Docta Afrikan and JustaKid. Sorry, I literally almost lost my words because my stream team can't count. They literally can't count. They said 5-4, we'll just do it now. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Yeah, and let me tell you something. That's how commentators get in trouble on camera. You don't see it. Right.
Yo.
Right. Anyway, perfect. Yes, the set has concluded. If you are just joining us, we got there in the end. Much appreciated to both our players for participating in this. But yes, I do believe we do have them both in the voice chat right now. Docta Afrikan, JustaKid, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So first of all, apologies for the technical hiccup on our end to both of you, because
that was just once.
Okay, yes, Mr. Like, you know, intricate, detailed, right?
Yeah.
But then after that, we managed to get and solve the problem around in the end, which you got to finish the set, because we were talking in the Discord chat trying to resolve the issue, but the guys, again, they're being grown-ups, said, you know what, they both want to finish this set. And of course, Docta Afrikan, you emerged victorious, so congratulations on that. Now, the first thing I have to ask you is, I like to ask this to everyone, the Bison jury matchup from your perspective. Docta Afrikan, you first.
I've played it from both perspectives, actually.
Okay, if you want to, give me more of the Bison perspective first.
Yeah, so the matchup is, I think, even-ish. But I think Bison has a slight edge. The way Bison is designed, I think, in general, is just really hard for him to have a terribly losing matchup or a terribly winning matchup. Is rare. It's very rare because his options are so straightforward, and the universal game mechanics options will work against him for the most part. So Jury's the only real thing that Jury has that kind of bothers him is the fireball. Like when she gets the light charge, it pretty much shuts down a lot of his neutral game. Like his EX moves and everything become less viable. But I think that the Stand Fierce and the Psycho Axe really deter a Jury player from charging anything in the first place. And the Stand Medium Kick makes it hard for her to get anything out of it. So it creates kind of a mix-up in the mix-up to get her to worry about stuff. I think it's even-ish. It may sway in one side or the other, but it's somewhere around like 5-5, worst case 6-4 on either side. Okay,
now before I go over to JustaKid, can you tell me slightly how you feel about it from Jury's perspective, Docta Afrikan? Because I think you'll have a more objective opinion on this before I go to the specialist, if you know what I mean.
Right. So I think the biggest difference maker that I'm very happy that that JustaKid doesn't use is V-Trigger 2 against Bison. You take away his comeback factor completely. Like if you get a life lead, he is not making a comeback. Like it's just not going to happen. So it makes it really hard for a Bison player to hold on to meter. It's not worth it anymore. I can't just have Critic Guard. Critic Guard just never happens in the rounds. So it forces the Bison player to essentially spend their meter or give it up or pay the taxes later, which is uncomfortable for Bison.
Interesting.
But that's one huge thing. And then I also think one big thing that would have made a gigantic difference, I don't even think I would have evened it out, is if he was doing heavy DP on my EX head stomp and waiting to the last possible moment, just hitting both corners of the stick. And if I get anywhere near him, that he just hits heavy punch. That just shuts that down completely as well. So those are two big things that I would say. I mean, he played it phenomenally. Otherwise, like I just was able to exploit those two things to even it out in the first place. And then after that, I kind of took my foot off the pedal a little bit on those. But like making the comeback, like evening it out, those were my two huge notes that I would say.
Okay, interesting. Now, JustaKid, you are the guy that can see more intricate situations and more detailed things regarding this character. So how do you feel about the Bison Jury matchup?
It's a matchup that Jury players are like iffy about a lot. Like they'd be like, oh, it's 6-4 Bison, or it's 5.5, or it's even. I'm in the even category ish, only because of course you can whiff punish Bison a bit more and she's gotten stronger, but also like Doc said, it's a mind game with like Store and him doing Stand Fierce. Like if you notice, he did Stand Fierce a lot in neutral, trying to either see me dash or see like maybe I do something crazy or anything like that. So neutral is definitely a bit of a mind game. Like what Store am I going to use and how am I going to use it? And also what is the Bison planning to involve in the Store? Because when I did release, light release, he did like medium kick or he backdash or he grabbed it. It's like all different types of things. So I think it's fairly all right. Maybe Bison favorites, you can debate it. I'm perfectly fine with like whatever people say, but you know, it's not a crazy bad match. You got to be, of course, Bison's Bison. He's gonna press you in a corner and all that. So
okay. Now the next thing I got to ask you, your V skill choice, JustaKid. Why V skill 2 over V skill 1?
Lately, at times, Bison players don't be doing like the typical like stuff that I can use V skill 1 for. And I also want to experiment as well with V skill 2, how it feels in a long set against Bison, because I don't think I've done long sets with Bison with V skill 2 yet. Recently.
We did at a Tech Showdown, yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably the only time, and I wanted to like see if it was still like worthy. I think it's still okay, you know, especially with Devil's Verse. It creates an answer, because I think there was one round where you did Devil's Verse, Doc, and the V skill 2 hit you because it was like right there in front of me.
Yeah, the head stop. Yeah. It was behind you as well, apparently.
All right, listen.
So it's kind of like that weird like circular angle, and I kind of like that. I don't mind that, but also V skill 1 can be tricky because at times when Bison does the head stomp, he can mess up my angles. That way I can go like the other side of what he doesn't go to. It's weird. It's a weird angle thing or something like that. But because he's changing it up, it can mess me up as well. So I just picked V-Skill 2 to also have fun to see if it's consistent with it.
Okay, I mean, it looks like you pulled off a lot of frame traps and made it sure it was consistent in the combos, because I know it got buffed as well. You can activate V-Trigger from it, and I think it's just more consistent in general. So that was actually great to see. I was just wondering, because obviously, again, my objective standpoint in this matchup, looking at it, I thought, oh, you'd use V-Skill 1 for Stand Fierce and with punishing Psycho Axe, but obviously, like, Docta Afrikan didn't whiff that many Psycho Axes. Stand Fierce, he was trying to do something, at least from what we were watching, but I can see why V-Skill 2 was, like, having a huge benefit to you in this matchup. So it's actually pretty interesting to see, and I had to just basically ask you that. But Veggey, you got any questions?
Yeah, when it comes to the set, I would like to ask JustaKid more about, like, if you know, sometimes when a character is like considered suddenly strong, there's often like a big number of players trying it out. Do you think Juri is the kind of character that you need years to master, and she's only strong if you kind of know all the intricacies? Or do you think she's a character that the people who are now seeing her strong could pick up in like a few months' time?
Probably like, you know, that top echelon of players could probably pick her up. Granted, they may have a bit of trouble, but once they get down to like, oh, this does this or that, and they'll be like, okay, it's pretty simple. But if you're trying to know like every little weird trick with stores and everything, it's definitely gonna take you a minute for sure, because that requires you to know like, all right, what's optimal from, let's say, medium release into heavy release into, let's say they're maybe in the corner or not in the corner, you don't know. Like, do you EXDP, do you medium DP, what do you do? So I think for like, let's say like your average player who may go like, what, 1 and 2 or 2 into a tournaments, it may take you a bit longer to understand the character, but on paper, you just see that she has a fireball and a DP kind of thing, and she has EX projectile invincible moves, and he's like, all right, cool, I know how to play that. That's kind of like how someone like Idom approaches it, just sees like those little things and is like, oh, okay. But nah, she's a bit more complex to take in everything.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, she seems like when Karin was S tier, people would be able to like pick her up in a different way. If you have the neutral or in the confirms, it's like very straightforward. But with Juri, I feel it's more like you have to learn so many intricacies because she has a lot more depth maybe to the tools. So it's interesting to hear your perspective on that. Like from a Juri player's
well, I mean, like she's not at her best form at the start. She still needs to get those stores, and this is excluding V-Trigger. So you're already having to do something which, over the years, people have found specific answers to punish the initial stores before even dealing with the release part. So, like, again, it does take a while, and then sometimes people might not get it because while you're trying to worry about storing things, you know, people are trying to close the gap. You got to play neutral, and then the only button people get recommended to use is that medium kick for very good reason. And
That button is fair and honest. You guys are just not whiff punch or anything.
Yeah, not that it's difficult or anything. Not really. It's just.
Nah. Well, bro, if Doc can whiff punish it, anyone can whiff punish it.
Well, to be fair,
That's true. That's true. No, that's true.
No, to be fair, I will say that because I do play Poison. I know Bison has an 11 frame stand fist. Poison has one as well. And sometimes if I'm not with punishing something that Bison is, I'm like, well, if he can do it, so can I. So I got a better hop to it. But sometimes people don't get. I think a lot of people misjudge the range on it. Because I see people use it, or jury players use it defensively because it's good at getting out certain strings and the first part is cancelable. You know, it's just a poke in general, so people try to deal with standard hard kick and they get hit by that. Then obviously when you V-trigger 1, they might confirm into the hard kick, then the whole target combo string, and it's just like, it's fun.
Let me chime in with the medium kick, and let me tell you why I have an issue with it. It's not even personal, but the reason I have an issue with medium kick is because it at some level bypasses the priority system in this game, because pretty much every heavy is, relatively around 8 if you're being generous, 8 frames startup or so. But by the time it's out, I mean being generous. By the time it's out, then the first part of her medium kick, 5 frames, is already there to stop it. So it's a counter poke and a poke. And that's the biggest issue with it, is that any range where she can put herself that would be compromising to every other character, that button is a safe place, no matter what.
Very interesting perspective.
The V-Skill 2, I think the V-Skill 2 is particularly annoying in the Bison matchup when he does something unsafe and uses it, because walking at Jury as Bison is just not a smart thing to do at that range. So he gets to use that and just essentially ends his turn, but I can't hit a heavy, I can't hit a medium, it's just not a thing to do. I can't hit a medium, I just can't hit a heavy. So he just gets to get out for free, essentially. I have to end my turn as well. And that's all because he has that button.
I kind of feel like the only thing I would dislike about it is that if you make it whiff in these close situations where she's kind of interrupting, even though she's -2, sometimes interrupting you trying to do your thing or take your turn. I think if you just had more whiff punishable hurtbox on whiff, not even much, just slightly, doesn't even need to add the core frame, just the extended hurtbox, and then the button would be completely fine.
All right, now I'll chime in here. To be fair, it has the situation not just with, because obviously this button is still, I think they want that to be one of her most prevalent buttons. It has been for a long time now. But the whole hitbox, hurtbox issue, it has gotten better over the years, because remember, and I'm pretty sure everyone has been playing this game since at least 2017, it was a very big issue with trying to deal with not just 1 or 2 buttons from characters, it was the entire tool set, and it's like, what is going on here? So it's like, over the years, it's got a bit better. Obviously, now
that's true.
You do develop, you understand spacing, and I've said this to many players on the come up. It's like they're not fond of particular normals. I understand that, but I do feel a part of it comes to spacing. I'm not saying Jury's medium kick is in that equation, because even I have problems with that button. let me just put that out there first. But again, like the hitbox, hurtbox thing, it has gotten better over the years regarding that. But again, it's no takebacks now, so we just got to deal with Jury's.
Sorry, go first.
No,
you know what I think will be interesting is if they buff it and make the second part, if it hits by itself, cancel.
Oh, okay.
So that way, Jury players can't really. It looks like a buff, might be. I don't know how that's going to affect the entire gameplay. But if they just buffer mindlessly and the first part doesn't hit, then they could get an accidental cancel. So it forces them to actually choose which one they're trying to use, as opposed to just hitting it and saying, well, whatever happens, happens.
Similar to Cammy Spiral Arrow change. So if you do the heavy version, the second part hits does less damage, so it encourages you to use the medium version to get the more damage. Something along those lines, but with a normal. Okay, I kind of see that.
Yeah, and what he was kind of saying also is that then if you then input the buffer and the opponent is not pressing, you still get the buffer.
You still get the buffer.
Yeah, you still get
he has to decide, or she has to decide
if she wants to cancel or not.
Yeah, exactly. But but the point you have with the buttons is interesting, was I think that characters that weren't considered strong or who were weak in the seasons where they were adjusting buttons didn't really have an adjustment to their buttons, because you couldn't really make them weaker than they were when they were already considered weak. And now a lot of those characters have become strong, like Alex, Jury, and quite a few others, and their buttons are kind of still left in that 2017, 2018 area, because there was no reason to change them at that time.
No, I get that. I can think of Young Zeku's crouch medium punch, Ken's stand medium punch. There was another button as well. That's
Shine says I don't want that.
well, well, I mean, it's interesting regardless. But I know JustaKid's been quiet the whole time. We've been talking about his character.
I mean, I'm just hearing that. I'm just letting y'all talk. You know?
Well, listen,
I'm the quiet kid, just chilling, just like sipping his apple juice in the background.
Listen,
Okay.
we've all
me.
been there where it's like there's 4 people talking about your characters. Like I don't know, man. I'm just having fun playing the game. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, I'm just over here just minding my own business, and then I smoke everyone else on the setup.
well, I mean, anyway, do you know what? Speaking of smoking people, because you did have a good time at Combo Breaker and you did qualify for the cup. Now, you had probably one of the best performances I'll see in Street Fighter 5 history with the 5v5 at Combo Breaker. When you had that performance, did at any point during that weekend, did you feel this is what I needed to go and do well in the CPT? Because I imagine you didn't go in thinking I'm going to qualify for the CPT. You just said this is the momentum or the training I needed to go into that online CPT. Anything, Justin?
No, I said I'm qualifying for CPT. I said that to me. I don't care. It didn't matter what happened in 5v5. I told myself I'm qualifying. I'm beating Rob and Brian and all them.
Okay.
And I was confident in that one.
Something interesting at Texas Showdown after JustaKid came into our room. This is with his newly developed and the god weapon the jury is, and smoked all of us like bad. No one could take him off the setup.
Okay.
And after that, I was like, dude, I don't know what you're gonna win this year, but you're gonna win something. Like, there's no way, you're not winning something. And then I saw the 5v5, and I was like, yep, there it is. And I saw him at the CPT. I was like, yep, there it is, looking just like us in that room. So I was pretty happy about that.
No, because
I'm not complete trash. He's just goblin.
Let's be real here. Like, that was an amazing week. Some people have an amazing day. Some people have an amazing. Listen, Bonjan had an amazing run. 4 tournaments back to back. In CPT, with Evo being one of them. Some people, it's just their time. And obviously I wasn't there at Texas Showdown. I only saw the highlights from the 5v5 and I saw you win the CPT. So I'm like, from my perspective, I'm like, something happened in that at Combo Breaker for him to go in like this. But then now you're telling me it's like, no, I'm beating Brian, I'm beating Rob, because some people, I'm going to say you now, some people called the Midwest CPT the Rob TV Invitational. Some people did. Some people did call it that. Because of the results, and shouts to Rob TV, he's putting in phenomenal work, not just in playing the game, but hosting as well. But when we saw that, he won both the CPTs. It's like, okay, you have to understand people's perspective, not from that region. It might be the Rob TV Invitational again. So the fact that you came through, and were you 2-0 down against Rob in losers? I can't remember.
No, so I beat Rob 3-1.
That was it.
And then I beat Boombi, a Zeku player, 3-0. And then against Sabo, a Mika player, I was down 2-0 and around. And I came back all the way. And then the same thing happened with Rocky and the Ken player in losers finals.
I'm not gonna lie. I was watching you against Sabo, and I said he might check out because Sabo is going in.
Sabo was getting into me because it was a completely different style than El Chicote. Like, he's more, I would say, aggressive mix. Right. Like, he doesn't need like momentum to start. He'll make something happen or something like that. And it's like when you have a person who you're so unsure of what they're gonna do at times, it gets really annoying. You're like, oh my god, bro, just calm down or stop doing this and that.
Let me tell you. Sorry to cut you off there. Let me tell you something, because I think you've mentioned something that I think a lot of people watch this game, and I don't think many people, or there's less people that enter the tournament. Some people say, oh, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? It's like, look, and you guys as players will know this as well. If I don't know what my opponent's on today, I don't know what. Listen, he could have got promoted from work. He could have found $50 on. He could have found $50 on the floor. He could have got 100 gift subs. I don't know. You're laughing, but you know it's true. It's like, I don't know what you're on today.
I mean, you're not wrong, because I think that week I did get like a new job, so I could have been in. So that could have been the exact momentum.
And it's like, again, I'm a commentator, so sometimes I can be biased, sometimes I'll be objective, but I'm like, yo, this guy's on something. What happened? And it's like, you think it's something in game. Of course, you guys put in hours and you show off that practicality that you've done in the lab. But I'm like, listen, that guy could have just got a free dinner at In-N-Out Burger. Yeah. I don't know. Something could have happened, and it just shows off in his play. And sometimes that's all it needs. But yeah, I mean, the fact that you were able to kind of make that amazing run, and kind of, you can tell the difference between Chakate's play as well as Sabo's play, because again, Sabo forces scrambles, or he'll make a scramble. He'll literally just throw a scramble on the floor and pick it up and say, right, you're dealing with it. Like, Chakate is a little bit more refined, and it'll go, right, I'll wait for this certain situation to happen. But the fact that you're clawing your way out of a lot of situations in the CPT was actually great to see, and obviously you qualifying JustaKid was great. So let me ask you this then. Are you, out of the people qualified right now, are you cool with fighting any of them, or do you not want to fight any of them? Because Mr. Crimson, obviously Samurai, 4Phils as well. Who else is qualified? Momochi. Yeah. So, I mean, are you down to fight any of them, or you said, nah, I'd rather not fight this dude round one?
No, yeah, I'm always down to fight anyone, because in my sense, considering I'm pretty young, I kind of want the experience.
Okay.
So like, I never fought Momochi ever, like, and that'll be a nice thing to do, you know, like to fight a guy like Japanese player like that. But the main thing the main person I want to face right now, because this had a debate back in like 2021, is 4Phils.
Oh.
Mainly because we're the young kids in Street Fighter V right now, and you know, people were talking about like, oh, I want to see 4Phils versus JustaKid because, you know, they're young, and I think 4Phils can smoke him because he smoked Problem X and all this. And then I'm over here on the sidelines like, I'm cool with whoever I'm playing. I mean, I'm not like trying to start a debate or anything. I mean, I feel like it'll be a very entertaining set if we did like first to 5, first to 3, first to 10, whatever.
Veggey, what do you think? Do you think Phils can take him?
I think they're both on a very high level. I haven't seen JustaKid against like other of these. Like, Problem X is world-class, qualified Capcom potential winner, has the Evo win. So in beating him is obviously a stronger statement, but it's in a vacuum. And I'm not really sure what I'm looking for here right now, Jammerz, but I think it will be an interesting set because the level in general has become closer all over the world. And I mean, we had juries in the past, but we haven't had a jury main practicing with us online for a long time. So just as much as JustaKid will have some unfamiliarity with Falke potentially,
he will have unfamiliarity.
Will also have unfamiliarity. So I can see that set being very close when I see these guys play in the level they have. That would be something. I mean, you're both going to Capcom Cup, so that would be something we could maybe set up. So
fingers crossed.
I wouldn't bet on it because I wouldn't know where to bet. And, you know, I want to win when I bet, so...
Well, I respect that. I respect that. Now, obviously, I mentioned the CPT. Docta Afrikan, I didn't see you in the CPT at all. And you are more than capable of getting the top 8 or even the top 4. Was there...
Or even a win?
Did you enter or did you not enter the CPT?
I did not.
Was there a particular reason why?
So, I have a really interesting relationship with the game where I really enjoy... offline. I have a lot more fun playing offline as a whole, and I find that I'm definitely more tuned in and I can perform my best in that environment. So generally speaking, when it comes to CPT, the way it's set up at the moment is very very difficult. I don't really know if I enjoy playing online in general. I find myself very disconnected and very hard for me to perform at my best. But something like an exhibition like this, it's a lot easier for me to tune in for some reason. But something about a bracket online just doesn't
bode well
make
with
me. Yeah, like I can't turn that switch on where I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna play really solid today. I just start doing EX scissors and stuff. I don't know why I'm doing. I just something disconnects.
Do you? Sometimes I do get this. I'm not sure about any of you guys, but I'll ask Docta Afrikan this. Do you feel that you have to do things in a hurry, or am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's this zone that I get into when my brain says, okay, this is serious. This is for real.
Yeah.
That I can't seem to get into. So I do feel like I just want to get it over with sometimes. Or I do things that I shouldn't be doing. But this particular time, I will say though, I was even more enticed to not enter because there was a tournament DreamHack down the street for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I enjoy offline. I haven't played offline in a very long time. All the homies are gonna be there. So I was like, yeah, that's a no-brainer this time. But the way things are going though, I'm probably gonna start playing online more because I told you I've been playing a little bit of Poison. She's very fun. I like making people miserable, So I think that's something I might actually do if it comes up again.
Don't worry,
That's how you feel, huh? That's how you feel.
listen, we can be the big bad wolf together.
Hey,
you see people having fun on the playground. You're like, nope, no can do. It's only me that's gonna have fun, but not you. Anyway, Veggey, you want to say something?
Yeah, but do you think that with the online thing, when there are players that you don't play that much, the connection might not be the best against some players because you live far away from each other, that makes you play this way because you feel uncomfortable rather than not connected? Or is it really just that you just don't feel in the zone because you're not connected to the game? Could it also be that you're just like stressed by the environment?
There is some environmental aspect to it, but I will say that generally speaking, my connection with pretty much all of the US is really good. I happen to have one of the most godlike internets in this area, so generally speaking, if all the conditions are met and they also have good internet, then East Coast, West Coast, with a few people in the West Coast being the exception, where for some reason it doesn't matter what I do, I can't get a good connection with them. But it's really weird. But generally speaking, my connections with people are good. I will say that I generally have less trust about my confirms. I'm a huge fan of Bison Stand Fierce. If you ever watch me play offline, generally speaking, I love confirming it. Online, I will say there are times when I hear something or I see something and then the flames come out and then it wasn't there. So I don't like not having trust in my primary tools and having to rely on secondary tools, but that's about as far as it goes as far as the environment goes. Okay.
No, I respect the honesty and understanding that, because again, some people like you said, lack faith in their primary tools. It's like, if I can't use this, then what am I supposed to do? In some regards, of course. But speaking of tournaments, JustaKid, we'll get it from you first. Are you planning to go EVO this year? Because you've got a new team under your belt. Are they sending you to EVO this year?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to EVO and everything. I'm excited for it, I'm ready to see how I can smoke like other international people and everything.
He sounds so blasé about the whole thing. Like, I can smoke other people.
Remember, JustaKid, I will command throw you every time you knock down. Every time.
You won't command grab me. I know how. I know your brain.
Every time.
Wow. You're an old man. You're a boomer.
Yo, you work. Oh, he called you a boomer.
Yo.
It was funny because Venom called me a boomer this morning. This is really funny.
No,
It's true.
Wait. I mean, but how does Phenom say, I know your brain, you're a boomer, I'm going to like that? He doesn't just
I said
at once.
I said that this one game I played was the best in the series. And then he said, that's because you're a boomer.
Well,
I mean, at that point.
Right, right. Anyway, so you're going, JustaKid's going EVO. That's great to hear. Docta Afrikan, are you going EVO, or have you got other commitments around that time?
I will be going to CEO. Interestingly enough, my current job is taking quite an interest in me playing the game, since they've seen me competing more and more as of late, because I kind of went off the grid for a while.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to actually push me to go EVO, even if they have to pay for it. So there's a good chance if I can still sign up, I'll probably go. But I will be at CEO.
Wait, is that?
I can get the run back this weekend.
Yes, for sure, bro. Look, you find a room, just like always, bro. You know what the game is, bro. Come on. Bet.
But I mean, wait, is Docta Afrikan telling me that this is rare footage of someone's actual real life occupation sponsoring them instead of an esports team? So yeah, we'll pay for you to go EVO because we just like watching you play and compete in this game. That's just
pretty much. Yeah, every time I go to a tournament and I place, the running joke is whatever place I get is my place in the world. So I'll be 7th place in the world or like 5th place in the world, and they just run that forever. So like they seem to really be interested in it. And they started off in the FGC. I do kind of work in the esports world a little bit.
Okay.
So they know about all this stuff.
Ah, that's actually pretty cool to hear. Right, I got one more question before I ask you to another question, but be SF6 related. JustaKid, how did your new team come about picking you up? Did they approach you? Did you approach them? I've been curious about that.
Funny enough, literally, I just they have a Tekken player, my friend Kaiser. He just plays for them and everything. I was like, oh, they look dope. Let me see if they are interested in Street Fighter 5, and he was like, I'll just put in a good word for you, don't worry. And then just tell him like I put in a good word, and from there it was really just on a whim, and then we just talked, and eventually he was like, all right, cool, let's send you out to a text showdown and everything. I was like, all right, cool.
Wow. So
it was as simple as that. I guess they took an interest based on my friends' placings, and then Of course, I place decently high at stuff and everything. So
Yeah, and this was before you won the CPT qualifier.
yeah, this was in I think
Crazy.
I want to say like late March, roughly,
That's crazy. Okay.
something like that.
I'm
Yeah.
always curious about when people get picked up by a team. Is like, how did it happen? Is it black and white? Is it just like, you know, is it like a good word of mouth, like you said? It's like I'm just always curious. Or it's just like, hey, we're interested in this and we wanted to get suggestions, and then a few people just suggest some names. So I'm always curious to hear. But no, honestly, I'm happy for you, and hopefully this continues for a long time, because again, you're still young and you have a lot of potential in this, and you're going to the final. So shout outs to your team for picking you up and then just representing. Right, Veggey, you desperately want to
Yeah.
say something.
No, not desperately. You know the boomer in me. We know that, raising our hands.
You
It's really
desperately
nice.
want to say
So,
something.
yeah.
What do you want to say?
Yeah, not desperately. Please take it back.
No, I'm not.
I want to say something, but if it's gonna be like that, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Please do.
Anyway, Docta Afrikan.
You thought he was gonna beg you, huh? That did not pan out.
Yeah. So I used a really good word. I think that you're like I've been under this impression that you're an usherer of players in your region, that you're kind of like their teacher or like
Mentor.
sensei, mentor.
Mentor, not men-
mentor.
Christ, dude.
Yeah, mentor, yeah.
Yeah. So is that like is that the Texas region, or is it the whole Midwest? How does that work? Like these players that kind of like under your command, if I could say that might
Man,
sound
oh
wrong.
my
but-
lord.
Yeah, but can you explain a little bit about this? Because you have players who are really strong now that just kind of like considered to be your
Students, essentially, right?
yeah, students,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, when I came into the scene, it was like late Street Fighter 4. I happened to have pretty good people to train me. You know, I'd go to the arcade every day, like after school or during lunch breaks even. I'd go get washed 10-0 and then go back and quit the game and then be back right after, you know, and that was just like the experience. So as I got better, a lot of those guys kind of just quit, and there were a lot of new players coming in. So it just so happened that I had this way of explaining stuff to people that some people liked, and so they kind of stuck around. And then slowly but surely, I just kind of had this group of people that I trained with, and over time, I guess as I did a lot of stuff in esports, I worked with I don't know if you guys know about like Infinite Esports with like Optic Gaming and stuff like that. Like I did a bunch of stuff over here with GGEA,
Okay.
and essentially started an official academy squad, and we did a lot of stuff there. So I mean, from that point moving forward, I guess I've always been in this role, and people would reach out to me to train with me, and like guys like Nigel or like Marvin would train with us as well. Toy was actually in GGEA for a while. We helped each other. It was more of a mutual thing in that sense. But yeah, a lot of people in the scene do kind of look up to me in that sense. I don't know if I could say I've trained everyone, but I do kind of create the environment for people to improve most of the time.
And honestly, that's good. Not just for the current generation of Street Fighter players or fighting game players, but for the future of that as well. Just being that role model, that pillar where it's like, you know what, I need advice from a mental state or something specific, because you are very knowledgeable at fighting games in general, so they might want to ask something specific from your perspective, or just say, hey, is anything being set up right now or anything that's happening in the Texas region? So that's actually very good, and it's a very big role to fill. So kudos to you for doing that, because not many people want to put themselves in that position sometimes.
Yeah, it just happens, dude. It wasn't planned out.
Some people are just born leaders, Joe.
Well, yes, of course, and you're not one of them, unfortunately. So I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, right, now.
I'm gonna go. See you guys later.
Take care. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Anyway, right, last question, our last couple of questions before we let you guys go. So we didn't ask you this before, but Docta Afrikan, you first. Your early thoughts on what you've seen on Street Fighter 6 so far, if you've seen anything or read up anything about it. Does it look promising to you?
I like it a lot. I will say I'm really surprised by how much development has gone into it and how far ahead they are. I thought they'd be a little bit further back, so it gets me a little bit excited about what they have planned in the future. What I would say I mean, this may be skipping ahead a little bit, but I do like that they're taking steps to accommodate the newer players to make them not leave just because they can't, do certain things and don't get to play the game. But I like the aesthetics. I like the style. I like the paint a lot. I think that's really cool. But I'm still watching. I've been keeping my ear to the ground, just trying to see what they're doing. But overall, nothing but good thoughts.
Okay, cool. JustaKid, what about you? Do you share the same sentiment as Docta Afrikan, or is there something else you'd like to point out if you've been watching any SF6 footage?
I like it, and it's kind of crazy to think that I do like it because I don't get crazy hype for games unless it's a legacy game or something like that. But I think when Street Fighter 5 got teased or like released, I was like, cool, that's fine. I'm gonna go back to my other games though. But this game, I guess because we got actual like crazy amount of gameplay footage, just throwing out, I was like, whoa, like there's actual gameplay of like all these characters, and I'm like, these look so cool. And the drive gauge system actually looks interesting because it teaches everyone resource management. When 5 taught you like resource management with your EX bars, but this one teaches you like with all your your special moves with EX. I believe it's impact, reversal, parry, like everything revolves around it, and I think that's pretty cool. And I'm curious to see how people like would adapt to that. Yeah,
I can agree with that. I think the whole resource management in 5 is a bit jumbled up for me, because obviously coming from 4 to 5, 4 the players really learned how to manage their meter and optimize it by the end of the game's lifespan. Then 5, because meter building was so great, it just said get rid of it. And supers did an abundance of damage because they had 50% minimum scaling, just said get rid of it. And then over time it was just like, right, I know to use this EX move over here, I know when to use that move. Some characters are still being very liberal with their EX meter, but meter management is still, it's more of a choice thing, and EX move is very powerful in this game. So the fact that there will be no V triggers in Street Fighter 6, and at least from some of the footage I've seen, it looks like it's costing 2 bars of your drive gauge to an EX move. It's going to be interesting because I feel 5, it presented you with a situation like there was, no matter what character you were, V trigger activation on block, it forced something to happen. That forced something to happen. I don't, at least from what I've seen in 6, that's not happening. Now that part, it's gone. That's not a resource management. That forced something to maybe handle your resources. And remember, some V triggers didn't require you to spend EX bar. Remember that. So you didn't have to manage that either. There's G, there was Abigail. That's kind of things there. So it's good that people talk about resource management, but I'll be very curious to see who sticks around and who's not so fond of it. Because it's like, if you do this move, that's a big deal. So I like to do theory fighting here and there, but I'm going to wait and like reserve some of my thoughts about it until we're nearer the time or on the release day for Street Fighter 6. But I just wanted to get that out there anyway. All right.
I just want to play it right now. I want to play it.
I think we all want to play it right now. So it's crazy. But Docta Afrikan, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I like a lot of what you just said, because I think, especially JustaKid, you said you as far as the game itself, you think it's going to teach meter management in general, which I think, like you said, Jammerz, some characters do allow you to be very liberal. Bison players, for example, why not just throw out EXs? It's just the general consensus. And Poison players, and from the last week I've been playing Poison, I've noticed that there's something particularly cheap about her, which is she can get the life lead. And then right when she has it, and you finally have your V trigger, she can now do forward throws and do stand fierce into EX heart rate, and essentially just force you to V reversal or die, which is interesting because it's just a thumbs up.
I mean, I control your resource management, baby.
Yeah, she controls your resource management. So, but that is also on her to have the
bar.
To have the bar, to have the mindset to do that in the first place, and essentially guarantee the win to some extent. So I think if 5 has taught me anything, is that, but that's because I had to take my Bison to the next level. But I think 6 just by default is forcing you to do that, which I think is a good thing. I think each Street Fighter game has taught us something new.
Yes.
5 has taught us risk reward, I think.
I think it brought it to light more. It's always been around, but it was never a hot topic. And I'll tell you why, before you finish your point, I'll tell you why. Because if you've been reading the developer patch notes, have you noticed they've been mentioning risk reward a lot more now?
Oh, yeah?
They never used to mention that. And it's like, this was, now you got to be careful. It's like the risk of this was not good enough, so we've increased it. And it's like, you weren't talking like that before. That's me reading the notes. But please, sorry, Docta Afrikan, finish your point, please.
Oh, no, you're exactly right. Because I think at the high level, pretty much everyone understood these concepts, but I don't think the game's ever really like taught you those concepts. Yeah, and in 5, it's blatantly obvious. I think from playing Street Fighter 4, generally speaking, if you could just lock lower level players out with one piece of information.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, you just completely lock them out. But in 5, I don't care if you're gold. I have to beat your decision. And that's a pretty huge deal, and that's why people who are consistent are really impressive in this game. The game forces you to choose what you're willing to sacrifice if you want to guarantee the bag, essentially.
Yeah, it's wild, man, when we talk about it, put it in perspective. But right, we are running out of time. I've got one more question for the both of you. And I like asking this question because we don't know what's to come in this. So, if you guys have seen, obviously there are in-game commentators for Street Fighter 6, Vicious and Papa T-Wawa. Now, I'm going to extend it to 2. Docta Afrikan, I'll get your answer first. If you could put 2 people in Street Fighter 6 as DLC commentators, who would you pick?
It's so hard.
I've got to put you on the spot. Any 2.
I would say Rob TV first off.
Okay, that's a first. Okay.
He's hype. He's hype. He's just, you give him some time to think about what he's saying, and trust me, you'll get something. You get something out of it.
Okay. Rob TV's one.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit of an obscure one because there are the defaults.
I've had some obscure ones, so surprise me.
But no, that was my obscure one.
Oh, okay.
But that's the one that comes immediately to mind. But second one, I might need you to go to David for a bit so I can think about this.
Wow. Okay. JustaKid, if you could put two people in Street Fighter 6 as DLC commentators, who'd they be? Now, I will help you with this because the people we had on last week, Lacuna C and SKZ said he'd put Jan in the game. And Jan, we do know as a player. He has nurtured his scene a lot, and he's known as a champion. He is a champion at Street Fighter game, but he's known as a player. So he put a player in the game, and obviously Docta Afrikan has mentioned Rob TV. He is a very strong player, and he's working on being a better host in general. So who would you put in as 2 people, JustaKid?
My first one would probably Yipes.
Okay.
Oh,
I think Yipes is a very good one because he'll be like just your Pringles or something like that when you're on stage or something like that. Or he'll make some funny remarks, and I like that about him. He always makes me laugh every time, so I like that. And probably only because I've watched too much of other fighting games and everything, but I probably put Damascus.
Okay. And
only because he does tend to like make funny little jokes in here, but main thing I just want to hear him say is maximum every time you get full on like meter and everything. And I think just having that, his accent is really funny, makes stuff even more funny. So I like that too.
That's actually a very good consideration though, because obviously I know that from Marvel 3, and it's like, okay, so if you just had the maximum gauge of not your meter at the bottom, not the drive gauge, the meter at the bottom, and he just said maximum, and it's like, okay, all right, that's interesting. I like that. Right, have you thought of a second person, Docta Afrikan?
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious because like I was actually talking about this last week, and I completely forgot I was talking about how good Yipes would be in as a commentator in the game. So Yipes, easy. Okay. For sure.
Now, obviously, my last question before.
And this is in addition to what already exists, right? This is like, okay.
Okay. Now, do you think that would annoy people, the in-game commentator? Or do you think it would be a great addition just in general? Obviously, the weirdest thing might be Yipes is commentating a Street Fighter 6 tournament, and Yipes' commentary is on in the game. That would be weird.
But that will happen with Jeremy, though.
It probably is going to happen. But from your perspective, Docta Afrikan and JustaKid, or get Docta Afrikan's answer first, do you think that would be weird at all, or distracting for the players?
I think that if you have the option to choose the commentator you want, then I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem because everyone has their own cup of tea. If you want something just straightforward and default, that's cool. But if you want something that's a little bit more matches the style of the game, more hip hop, then you can kind of pick any of the alternatives that were provided. I don't see it being a problem, honestly.
Okay, JustaKid, what about you? Do you think it'll be distracting, or you just leave it on?
No, I mean like. Of course, like Doc said, everyone's cup of tea is different. Like, if people may mess with it, cool. If not, that's probably fine if you have the option to turn it off. But like, I think it'll be pretty cool to have like you be thinking like, am I on stream or something like that? It's like no, that's that's the game, that's the game, and then everyone's freaking out, and you know I feel like it gives off a bit of personality to the game as well, because I'm not sure this is the only current fighting game with just commentators like literally in the game talking about it or something like that, and it's not like, you know, in-game voice announcer type thing. So I think if you can toggle it on and off, and then depending on what you feel, it's perfectly fine. Like for me, I definitely have it on for a while. I'm not sure if I'll turn it off, if depending on who's talking and everything.
Okay.
But you could switch if you could switch it. I think. Yeah. I think that'd be the big factor. Anyone could just choose whichever one they like.
All right. Well,
cool.
we'll see how it goes, because obviously it's only it's only Vicious and Puppeteer in the game at the moment. But if they get a good reception, I imagine they'll probably ask more people in general. But I'm just curious to see who, because it's a talking point in general. I just want to hear everybody's answers. And like Docta Afrikan said, he gave me an obscure one, which he thought was obscure. I don't think it is. It's just I'm just curious to hear it in general. Right. So it seems we are just about out of time. So Richard, if you can roll on, put their socials on the screen right now. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are not following these two on Twitter, please do. They do have Twitch channels as well. So make sure you give them a follow and talk to these guys. They're great people and they provide great content. They entertain you tonight. They entertain you whenever they're playing this game in general. Right. So, gentlemen, we're going to give you final words before you leave. Docta Afrikan, you first. Any final words you want to say before we let you go?
GGs to everyone. I really appreciate you guys having us on here. And, I still hate jury, but... generally speaking, that hate is not personal, as you know, JustaKid. So I'll give you the respect that you deserve, and not butcher you at this point. But I think I just want to shout out my content, like you mentioned on Twitter. I do want to start doing more stuff. I've been kind of focusing on. I have a fitness Instagram that I've been focusing on, but I want to kind of pivot that over to Twitter and do more fighting game stuff. And I would actually say for educational stuff, for EX Dojo, we are finally at the point now where we're going to be doing pretty crazy stuff that you guys will be seeing coming up pretty soon. So I would keep my eye on that as well.
Okay, good stuff there. JustaKid, what about you? Any final words before we let you go?
GG's give me the run back this weekend or else. But yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on and everything. I enjoy sets. I enjoy playing people. Kind of not of a salty boy except for today. But yeah, I stream, I make videos, and I put on clips that for some reason do numbers. So if you want to randomly see Akuma players DPing on Wake Up and everything, feel free to watch that. And, let's keep going with the content because we're FGC.
Wait, what did you say your next big thing was? You told me before. What did you say your next big thing was? You're going to do something. What was it again?
Wait. I have the memory of a goldfish. What did I say?
You said that someone gave you 50 gift subs to change your name to that very
God.
crazy
Okay, do you really
CFN.
want to explain this live on Capcom Fighters?
I've just asked a question. I don't know what you're talking about. I've just asked you mentioned something to me I couldn't remember, so I'm asking you to explain. You had a next big goal on Twitch. What was that goal? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so my first big goal was to change my CFN to whatever my chat please. So if you want to watch my stream and go into that, feel free to. And then my CFN got changed to a certain name. We're not going to name the name, but my next goal, which is for 100 subs, I think we're at 87 right now. It's basically to do a jury cosplay, but it'll only be for the hair and makeup. I'm not getting the full outfit, so just no to the full outfit, but the hair and makeup, I'll do it.
So
you're doing your nails as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'll do the nails. I'll do the nails again.
What finger do you hit medium kick with?
Index.
My middle finger.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
But I mean, it's my first finger. For I'm going from medium kick to heavy kick. I mean, why are you asking that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask it, but anyway.
That's a very specific question.
It's the things people do for subs, eh? Anyway. Right, gentlemen, we have to close out this show because we have to talk to you for a little while. But I love talking to you guys because we actually have some very interesting, deep topics to talk about. Not just the matchup, but just FGC and Street Fighter 6 in general. So, right, when you guys are ready, you can leave the Discord call, and then I'll drop you guys a message thanking you for coming on the show again in a little bit.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take care, guys.
All right, later.
So, that was, despite the hiccups we had, they're great people. And actually, they are very strong players.
Yeah.
Obviously, look, one of them's qualified for the Cup.
Yeah.
And Docta Afrikan, like you said, he helps nurture, helps develop, and just be a role model pillar for the guys in that scene as well. Not just that, but for a huge number of people in the American scene in general. So really appreciate what Docta Afrikan does. And I still stand by my point. I still think, like I said, his content is inconsistent, but I think the content he's put out there, it's still in my eyes some of the best I've seen. Because it's short, it's snappy, he said, like, it's simplistic as well, but it gets your attention. And like I said, my favorite one was when he did the one where how everyone activates their V triggers, and it was like, oh, we can all relate to that because we've all been hit by that or had to deal with it. So yeah, it was great to see.
But we forgot one thing, Jammerz.
What did we forget?
The emotional damage.
Outside of Olvaha, what did we forget? Oh, did we not? Oh, did we? Oh, damn, we forgot to ask, didn't we?
Forgot about asking.
Oh.
We'll do it if they ever have a run back here.
Oh, we could just. Oh, do you know what? Because we can ask him like personally.
But that's not fun.
Yeah, that's not okay.
I want to save it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Right, make sure you note that one down.
Next time
make sure you note that one down.
emotional
Definitely
damage
note that one
explanation,
down. But yes, anyway, appreciate that. Apologies, like we said, for the technical issues we had as well. But we managed to get there in the end, and we managed to extend the talk to make sure we get some interesting answers. Have a conversation with these guys in general, because I like talking to our guests. They have a lot to say. This is the platform for them to speak their minds. As you can see, they clearly did. And there's nothing but positives to look forward to for these guys in the near future, and obviously next year as well when Street Fighter 6 rolls around. Now, Richard, I don't know if you have the CPT website up. Ah, there you go. Perfect. Thank you. Right. So there is no CPTs left for the remainder of this month. CEO is this weekend, so if you are going to CEO, stay safe, have some fun. Remember to wash your hands and wear your masks. But there's no CPT online until July 9th, which will be going to South America West. And then you'll be seeing Southeast Asia, which we had some guests from Southeast Asia last week on the show. You can go check that out on the archives for Capcom Fighters. And then obviously Central America East, they had to change the date to a week later because of some scheduling, I believe it was. But yes, no CPT action until July 9th weekend. And these are the players that are qualified for the Cup right now. Samurai, Four Fields, Mr. Crimson, JustaKid, who we had on today, and of course Momochi being the latest person to qualify for the Cup. Didn't do as well as he wanted to until Panga, but hey, he's got something good to look forward to in the far future. So that is going to be it from us today. Again, it was just myself and Veggey holding it down. We hope nothing but a speedy recovery for Olvaha. You will see him next episode. Speaking of next episode, there isn't going to be one next week because our stream team, who actually put this on, they're actually going out to CEO, so they'll be there over the weekend. And the day they come back is actually going to be the day of when we do our regular show. And it's just going to clash with them trying to unpack, unload, and sort out some real life stuff. So we are not having a show next Monday. I'm pretty sure we'll put out a tweet maybe this week. Probably on the day something will happen, but we actually, if I'm not mistaken, we actually come back with another episode with you guys on July 4th, the American holiday. So until then, hopefully you guys keep playing some Street Fighter, watch as much Street Fighter 6 as you can, and stay safe. But Veggey, the floor is yours today. So
The floor is mine. I did not expect that.
Give us your boomer thoughts, Veggey. What do you got?
Boomer thoughts is that people don't respect the classics. And we're talking about the 90s and the origins of the games. Because this morning, as I said, I'm not going to mention the name, was an RPG. I played an RPG, I finished it, and I spoke to Phenom, and he told me I was a boomer. And I think that the whole world needs to appreciate the origin stories of gaming.
Let me tell you something. I honestly think you've played more games than Phenom's had hot meals.
That's because he cooks for himself, so you know what he cooks. And it's kind of like sandwiches. I really don't think he cooks dinners.
But
I don't know, but I wouldn't think he does.
Him calling you a boomer when he hasn't played probably that many games outside of, the usual. He's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic guy as well. But
He's awesome.
Sometimes
He's so funny.
I can't trust him when he talks about single player games. So, like I saw in someone I know. Anyway, we'll see you next episode in 2 weeks' time. Take care.